Skull and Bones released recently, and somehow it's a far worse pirate game than Assassin's Creed Black Flag from 10 years ago. The game Skull and Bones is based on, the game Skull and Bones was supposed to improve upon. And today I would like to show you that it's also a far worse pirate game than a game released 20 years ago. This game to be exact. Sid Meier's Pirates, released on the 22nd of November 2004, which itself is also a 3D remake of the game Pirates Gold from 1993, which again is a remake of a game called Pirates from 1987. So maybe you could even argue that Skull and Bones is a worse pirate game than a game released 37 years ago for the Commodore 64. But today is about the 2004 version, so let's talk about that. In Sid Meier's Pirates you play as the son of a disgraced family who has lost everything to the evil Marquis de la Montemblanc, and everyone has been taken as debt slaves. You, however, ran away before they could take you, and years later you get on a ship to the new world where your family is said to have been taken to. The journey is harsh, and the captain on the ship you were hired on is even harsher. So harsh, in fact, that you decide to lead a mutiny and take control of the ship. Congratulations, you've stolen your first pirate ship. That's how the game opens, and I would like to take you on a journey through my life as a pirate in this game and gradually introduce the mechanics and systems this game has to offer. My life in the Caribbean starts by sailing into a town aligned with my chosen starting faction, in this case the Spanish town of San Juan. Here I can talk to the governor, visit the tavern, trade with the town merchant and talk to the shipwright. First things first, I need to get permission to steal ships for the Spanish, so I go talk to the governor. At the governor's office you can get ranks with a faction, occasionally get a mission to do something for the governor, and most importantly you can talk to the governor's daughter and try to win her over. After getting the letter of marque, I go to the tavern to get some tough boys to sail the 7 seas with. The bartender tells me that the town's shipwright can give my ship copper plating to make it turn faster, and the barmaid gives me info about Henry Morgan, the most notorious pirate in the Caribbean, who stands at the top of the top 10 list of most notorious pirates. I'm currently number 10. As luck would have it, Henry Morgan's home port is not far off my starting location. I'll keep that in mind for later. The shady dude in the corner sells me a map to Henry Morgan's buried treasure. I swear the people in this town are obsessed with the guy. Each town has a tavern, each tavern has a bartender and a barmaid, and usually a guy in the corner, and most of the time some men you can recruit for your crew. The bartender and barmaid will usually offer information about characters and locations, and the shady dude in the corner will sell you maps and special items, or give you info on trade prices in the town. Sailors hired and information gathered, I make my way to the trader to stock up on food. Unfortunately, I don't have any trade goods to sell right now, so I will have to go into my own savings to afford this. In each town you will find a trader. For pirates, the most important goods are food and cannons. Most of the time you will just sell the other stuff. You could, however, buy, let's say, spices somewhere where they're cheap and sell them for profit in a different town. After I'm done with the trader, I check in with the shipwright to inquire about that copper plating I heard about. In each town you will find a shipwright. Shipwrights can repair your ship for a fee, and in some towns you can also acquire special upgrades for your ship. However, I am too broke to afford this copper plating, so let's set sail. And so I set sail to capture my first ship that I'm not already on. Immediately upon leaving the town I spot a French bark. This will make for a fine first plunder. Attack! First I soften the target with cannon fire, and then I go in to board the ship. Soon I find myself in a one-on-one battle with the other ship's captain. Combat is a kind of rock, paper, scissors game. It goes a bit like this. Chop from above, duck, slash from the bottom, jump. Thrust attack, just parry it, you casual. You can also taunt the enemy. I'm not sure what that does mechanically, but I'm sure it will hurt their feelings. By now you may have noticed that there are numbers on those action buttons on the bottom right. That's because this game is from the before times and you play a majority of this game with the numpad on your keyboard. But what if I'm on a laptop, I hear you ask? Fuck you, get a real computer. Jokes aside, you can just use the arrow keys and enter key for the cardinal directions and center actions, and you can click the rest. There's also a mod for this game that rebinds the keys to WASD and the surrounding keys, so there's options if you don't have a keyboard with a numpad. Anyway, I quickly sent the enemy captain to a watery grave and now this ship is mine. Piracy done, I return to the city. Here I can use my plundered gold to get the copper plating I couldn't get earlier. With that done, the only thing left to do is sell off my ill-gotten merchandise and set sail again. Yeah, after that successful hijack, I feel like I'm ready to take on the best pirate in the world. And according to the people in the town, the best pirate in the world is Henry Morgan. Let's go find him. I find him right outside of his home port on his ship. His ship is bigger, stronger and better armed, but mine is faster, so I just dodged through a hail of cannonballs and board his ship. My crew is outnumbered 4 to 1, so I need to defeat Henry Morgan fast and make his crew surrender before my men are all wiped out. Now the Queen Anne's revenge is mine, and as a nice bonus I can also persuade a skilled carpenter to join my crew instead. There are special crewmen you can randomly recruit after capturing a ship. A carpenter will slowly repair hull damage while at sea. And now to celebrate this successful capture, I rename my new flagship to Baba Booey. Taking out one of the top 10 pirates has also earned me a fame point. Fame points are gained by doing various things like accumulating wealth, taking out famous pirates, finding buried treasure, or getting promoted in a faction. Fame points come into play when you retire from pirate life at the end of the game. The amount of fame points you've earned will determine how well you're going to do from there on out. If you fail to gain any fame during your time at sea, you will be forced to make a living as a petty pickpocket, but if you manage to gather a lot of fame, you can end up becoming a governor of one of the towns. Nobody in the 4 factions like underlined pirates, so they're all very happy to hear that I defeated the #1 pirate, and they're all eager to offer me a promotion. The nearest Spanish town is Santo Domingo. Here I would have gotten my promotion, but the bartender tells me that the governor's daughter in Santiago is a real beauty, so I set sail. In Santiago I get my promotion from the governor. And I get introduced to the governor's daughter. The bartender wasn't lying about her. She's got a great personality. 2 of them. To my disappointment, she has standards and I need to be at least a baron to have a chance with her. With a new goal in mind, I set sail again to plunder my way into nobility. While I'm sailing around looking for ships to steal, I stop by a Jesuit mission and talk to a monk who somehow knows about my missing sister and that the evil Baron Raimondo has information about her location. Baron Raimondo is currently in Gibraltar, not that one, but I think he can wait, I have a promotion to get. I get my promotion in the Spanish town of Santo Domingo, and it just so happens that Henry Morgan's treasure map I got earlier points to a location very close to this town. If you steer your ship into a shoreline, you can disembark from your ship and walk across land with your crew. You can do this basically anywhere. You will mostly do this to look for treasure or other hidden locations or to attack a town. On land, you will see landmarks like dead trees, stoneheads, geysers, and so on. And you have to cross-reference those with your treasure map to find the right location. In my case, I got kinda lucky in that the map features a major town, so I could basically just walk right up to it without a lot of searching. And that's a nice and easy 10k gold. Nice. Travel funds secured, I set sail south to confront the evil Baron Raimondo. Upon encountering him, I lead my crew to board the ship and make quick work of the evil Baron Raimondo in a one-on-one fight. When I defeat him, he acknowledges my skill as a swordsman and hands me a piece of a map showing my sister's location. It seems my sister is somewhere near Maracaibo. It is only a quarter of a map, so there's not much to go on, but I might as well see if I can find her right now. On the way there, I make a stop in the French town of FBI, open up! So I made my way directly to Maracaibo. After arriving in Maracaibo, I still won't have much to go on, but some strange man wants to sell me an Incan mystic salve, which is supposed to prolong my lifespan. Obviously I buy it. All I know about my sister's location is that there's water to the north and she's between an Inca temple and something that looks like a big stone head. With so little to go on, I might as well just randomly check any spot with a north-facing coast. Oh, would you look at that? A giant stone head. And east of it, a small cabin. And inside that cabin is my long-lost sister. Luck is on my side, who needs a map anyway? My sister tells me the location of the evil Marquis Montalban, and would you look at that, he's not that far away. Let's go pay him a visit. On the way I take out Captain Jack Rackham, another pirate in the top 10. I'm now the 7th most famous pirate in the Caribbean. The Marquis decided to make my life a little bit easier and sail in my direction. Well, if you're offering yourself like that, don't mind if I do. I defeat him and find a map to his secret hideout. But it's only a quarter of the map again, and this time I don't even have a coastline to guide me. I guess I will have to go fight the evil Marquis a few more times before I can raid his hideout. To celebrate my win against the Marquis, I allow myself to conquer a random Dutch town. When your local hostility with a port is high, or if you walk into a port from land, you can attempt to raid it. If the town has enough soldiers defending it, indicated by the naval fort next to the town, you will have to fight a strategic land battle. Land battles are fought in the form of a turn-based strategy game on a grid. The pirates always start at the bottom and the town defenders at the top of the grid. The goal is either to defeat all enemy units or to get a single unit to the town gates, which are represented by a single tile at the far end of the grid. Each unit has 2 actions that can be used to either move or attack. However, attacking will end that unit's turn. High morale, flanking, attacking from the back, or having the high ground will grant a unit an attack bonus. Moving through the jungle will consume 2 actions, but while in the jungle, units are not visible from far away, and they receive a bonus to missile defense. Once you win the battle, you loot the town, and the town's military level gets reduced. If the military level reaches 0, meaning there are no soldiers left defending, you've conquered the town and can give it to a different faction, if you feel like it. I decide to give this town to the Spanish, as a treat. I talk to a monk in a different Jesuit mission, and somehow this one knows about my missing uncle. And again, Baron Raimundo has information about him. I still want to get with that beautiful governor's daughter in Santiago, and Baron Raimundo is also in that direction, so I make my way north. I get promoted to the rank of colonel, but no dice. I need to be a baron to progress with the daughter. Conquering a French town for the Spanish should help me achieve that. Nope, only enough to become an admiral. Damn it. Anyway, let's leave that for later and see if I can't find out where my uncle is. I find Baron Raimondo in the most northwestern part of the world and get another map piece. Just like the map piece to the Marquis' hideout, there's not enough information to do anything with it. Back to trying to seduce the governor's daughter. On the way back to Santiago, I become the victim of a mutiny. Oh, the irony. Your crew expects a portion of the gold you have looted, and the longer you are at sea, the more they expect. If your gold is below the amount required per crewmate, or you don't have any food left, the crew's happiness will drop. A good quartermaster or musical instrument on board will reduce the amount of gold necessary per crew per month. However, if you ignore an unhappy crew for too long, they will mutiny and steal one of your ships if you have more than one, or they will steal the ship you are currently commanding and leave you marooned on an island. In this case, they just took one of my ships and left, as if I'd let them.
If you want to leave, you can leave to Davy Jones's locker.
Anyway, I guess I should divide the loot soon. But first, governor's daughter. This time I get promoted to baron, and the governor's daughter immediately invites me to join her at the grand ball. At the grand ball you will have to dance with your date. This takes the form of a Simon Says minigame. Your date will indicate the next move with her hands, and you will need to press the correct button on the numpad. Timing a move right will increase the heart at the top of the screen. Time it perfectly and you both will do a fancy little twirl. The bigger the heart at the end of the dance, the better. What a dance! And as a reward, she gives me info on the evil marquis. Unfortunately, I cannot capitalize on that info right away because my crew is very unhappy after 3 years at sea without pay. Ungrateful bastards. So I need to divide the plunder. When you divide plunder, each crew member gets a share of your current gold, you lose all ships except your flagship, and you have the option to increase the game's difficulty. Higher difficulty means single combat, ship combat, and dances are harder, but you get to keep more gold when dividing plunder. After you divide the plunder, you will also spend some months in town to just relax and do whatever. But soon the call of the sea will bring you back. Before I set sail again, I decide to visit the governor's daughter once more. She wants jewelry, and I just so happen to have a ruby ring on me. This materialistic gesture progresses our relationship, and I get some info on the marquis again. And this is how it goes. You capture ships, pillage cities, find buried treasure or lost cities, romance governor's daughters, fight the evil marquis for info on his hideout, or Baron Raimondo for info on your family. When you find a ship better suited for your needs, you steal it and make it your flagship. It's important to give your flagship a name that will instill fear into the hearts of your enemies. Meanwhile, you will need to keep your crew happy, mainly through plundering ships for gold, but if you plunder a faction's ships too much, they will put a bounty on you and send out pirate hunters if you get too close to one of their towns. If you get to that point, you can also no longer dock at that faction's towns, and you will need to sneak into a town to make use of their facilities. And if you get caught sneaking in, you will spend months in prison before you can try to escape. You also need to take care not to get defeated or captured in any battle, because that will take a toll on your health and you can't get the game over before you find all of your missing family. As the game progresses, you will see your character grow from a young man to a middle-aged man to an old man, and as you grow older, your sword fighting skills will diminish more and more. You can counteract this somewhat by buying medicines, but at some point, no matter how much care you take of your health, you will have to retire from pirate life. And that's Sid Meier's Pirates. I haven't even shown you everything. After your first playthrough, you can start in different eras and immediately start on higher difficulties. The normal start is in 1660, but you can also start in 1600, 1620, 1640 or 1680. In each era, the 4 different countries have different towns and different ships are more common. You can also choose a kind of specialization like fencing or navigation, which improve your sword fighting and sailing ability respectively. But where does my pirate journey end? Well, I soon found the evil marquis's hideout and led an assault on it, similar to raiding a town. Winning this takes the marquis out of the picture and nets me a nice 100,000 gold coins. I managed to rescue all of my family members. Defeat all of the remaining top 10 pirates, find all their treasures, find 4 lost cities of ancient civilizations, rise through the ranks in all 4 countries, marry the beautiful governor's daughter in Santiago, and gather enough land and wealth to make Scrooge McDuck blush. And at the end of it all, after 27 years at sea, I retire and become a governor. I'm likely to have a daughter and have her be seduced by another young swashbuckling pirate. And so the cycle continues. And that's the video. I hope I could show you that even 20 years ago, with the technology available then, it was possible to make a good pirate game, and Skull & Bones really has no excuse for everything. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I hope I'll see you in another video. Have a good one.